Welcome to another video. And why do some people in larger vehicles with blind spots feel it's okay to use two lanes like a Grand Prix track and straight line it and undercut, then turn back in and try and make the bends as smooth as possible? What's wrong with patiently sitting behind me? Wasn't dawdling. And this chap here, he's pulling out and then thinks again, oh, I've seen the cyclist. Maybe have a look before you move. Have that second look. Have that second check. It takes a second or two. Nothing wrong with that at all. And this chap come in, thinks it's okay to go because there's nothing coming towards him. And then, oh crap, I wish I'd looked into the new road. And I think there should be something done about people blindly zombie walking with mobile phones. Pay attention to your kids, pay attention to your dogs. They just wander all over the place. You have no idea what they're doing. Good job my pupil was on the ball then. And to nick a phrase from a brilliant YouTube channel, if you want to watch it, the London Dashcam, always an Audi. Just because mini roundabouts are not mentioned on sat-navs, as it is a similar layout of tarmac to a T-junction, doesn't mean a T-junction position is what you take. I'm happy plodding along about 58, 59 in this 60 mile an hour zone, and this black car pulls straight out and dawdles, making me brake. I did see him early. I did start backing off, hoping he would accelerate, but no, I actually had to use my brakes for that. And he only gets up to 45 mile an hour a little bit further up anyway. Need to put your foot down. If you're joining traffic, match their speed. Gold Arthur, more like Dead Arthur, if you keep pulling stunts like that, go around a sharp bend in a light vehicle like that, which won't take much for the wind to blow it over. As a car driver, I bet you don't drive your car around the corner like that. Have some responsibility on that vehicle. I know it's not traceable because there's no number plates and insurance. Absolutely idiotic. Pick a lane, any lane, we don't care, just pick one. What a stupid place to park, right in the corner, making it difficult for the pedestrian to cross. But personally, if I had a child in a pushchair, I wouldn't cross there. I would walk down the road and find a safer place to cross. Also, I would pull the pushchair out, not push the pushchair out. I know you've come into Tesco and you need to park like the rest of us, but be a bit more considerate. When you've got a large vehicle like that, parking it in the middle where you can't get forward because there's a barrier is a bit silly and selfish. Park it in a corner where you're not going to affect anybody, or further away where there's two spaces and you can straddle the front and the back. Make it a lot easier for other people around you. There's other people in the world than you. The keep clear applies to everybody, not just the cars on the main road. I know I'm further away and all I had to do was just back off the gas. It didn't really affect me. But naughty Mr. Policeman pulling away with no indicator. And he's running on his daylight runners, his DRLs, no lights on. The visibility with the rain and the overcast is not the greatest. Lead by example. Now, we had some horrendous fog recently, but please use fog lights or even your headlights and tail lights. Put your dip beam on. As you can see from this clip, the car in front has his fog light on. It's a lot brighter. I can see him. With your daylight runners, yes, it puts the lights on the front. Yes, they're LEDs. Yes, you could be seen coming towards you, but they don't put your tail lights on. As can be seen in this clip, there's suddenly a car at the junction. No lights on. You can suddenly see the indicator and the brake lights go on, see how bright they are. But they're dropping off a pedestrian with no pavement at the side of the road. And what you can't actually see in this video is as I've stopped to wait behind the white car, the actual pedestrian starts to walk down the side of my car, putting herself back in the same position she was just 5 seconds before. So you can see vehicles on this clip, got its fog light on, nice and bright, but the vehicles up ahead don't always have their fog lights on. You can only see them when they brake. Again, in this clip, there's a car in front of me coming up. I can't see it. I do have to brake a little bit harder, but I'm coming round. They've obviously got lights on their dashboard. The daylight runners are on. I'm coming up to them. Lucky it's a roundabout, so I'm already slowing down. And all of a sudden, there it is. No lights. How am I supposed to see that in the distance? If you want to be rear-ended, carry on. And another one, and there's a car in front of me. We're coming up to a roundabout. He goes over the mini roundabout. I still can't see him very well because he's got no lights on, no fog lights, no tail lights, nothing. I can only really see him when he brakes after the other side of the roundabout. Well, and this is slightly earlier on the same vehicle on the roundabout. He is in front of me. I can't see him. I know he's there because I was behind him and I followed him into this road. But he's disappeared into the distance. Absolutely nowhere to be seen. I cannot see him at all. You get little glimpses of dark vehicle and shadows, but that's about it. Please use your lights and put your fog lights on. The requirements are when you can't see past 100 meters. If you want to work out roughly what that is, that's approximately 10 double-decker buses. We all know what a double-decker bus looks like, and they're all 10.3 meters long. Use that as a reference point. We can all visualize it, whether we use them or not. The difference between distracted as you come round a bend and a wall, that little smart car goes over the line. And if you wait a little bit longer, there's a little silver Saxo that comes around the corner. Obviously paying attention to the road ahead, stays in the lane quite nicely. And as a little bonus, I clocked the person driving and the registration is actually a former pupil of mine that passed about 4 years ago. Well done for keeping up the decent standards. Still give way to the right. Not the van, it's the one behind the van. As I get halfway across, he decides to go. Beat the learner, beat the learner, beat the learner. It's just going to end in a T-bone. And this one here, I think it's a bit of synchronised driving. Nobody's looking at anybody. Somebody's flashing somebody out. You don't know who's flashing anybody out. Go on your own decisions, not on what other people are telling you. Because that was a little bit of chaos there. When your sat-nav says cross the roundabout, it doesn't mean it quite like this. How they've ended up in that position, God only knows. Just lack of concentration and not looking ahead, not looking at the road markings. Follow other people's directions in some extent as well. Another one who doesn't know about lane position. If you hold back a little bit further, if you're unsure of the road, you might be able to see the markings and follow exactly where the road goes. Don't be so up close to the car in front you can't see the road. Thanks for watching and see you on another one.